Okay, so you want to own a cargo ship. You picture yourself as a modern-day merchant commanding a massive steel vessel loaded with thousands of containers, crossing oceans, connecting continents, moving the goods that keep the world running. It sounds like the ultimate power move. It isn't. Before you earn a single dollar, you have to buy the ship. A new mid-sized container vessel can cost anywhere from $30 million to over $200 million, depending on size and capacity. The largest ultra-large container ships, the kind that carry over 20,000 containers, can cost well over $200 million new. Buying used isn't necessarily cheaper in the long run. Older vessels come with aging engines, outdated emission systems, and looming compliance deadlines that can force expensive retrofits almost immediately after purchase. Not all cargo ships are the same business. Bulk carriers haul raw materials like coal, grain, and iron ore. Tankers move oil and chemicals. Container ships carry manufactured goods packed into standardized boxes. Each category has its own contracts, its own risks, and its own customers. So choosing the wrong type of vessel for your market is one of the fastest ways to lose money before you've even left port. Owning the ship also means inheriting a mountain of ongoing obligations. Every vessel must be registered under a flag state, inspected regularly by a classification society, and insured through a protection and indemnity club that covers crew injuries, cargo damage, and environmental liability. None of these are optional, and none of them are cheap. A cargo ship earns money primarily through freight rates, either by chartering the vessel out for a fixed period under a time charter, or by taking one-off jobs on the spot market. Spot rates can swing wildly based on global trade demand, fuel prices, and even weather disruptions in major shipping lanes. Long-term charter contracts provide more stability, locking in a set rate for months or years, but they also mean missing out if spot rates suddenly spike. Many owners try to balance their fleet between both strategies to manage this risk. However, operating expenses are relentless. Bunker fuel, the heavy fuel oil that powers these massive engines, can cost tens of thousands of dollars per day for a single vessel. Crewing costs, food, medical care, and rotation flights for international crews add up quickly across a voyage that can last weeks. Port fees, canal tolls, and terminal handling charges apply every time the ship docks or passes through a major choke point like the Suez or Panama Canal. A single transit through the Suez Canal can cost several $100,000, and that's before the ship even reaches its destination port. This creates a dangerous reality. Even a fully loaded, fully booked ship can operate at a loss if fuel prices spike, if a charter rate was locked in too low, or if unexpected repairs ground the vessel for even a few days. Hanjin Shipping demonstrates this collapse clearly. Once one of the largest container shipping companies in the world, Hanjin expanded aggressively during a boom in global trade, taking on enormous debt to grow its fleet. When freight rates crashed and shipping capacity outpaced demand, the company could no longer cover its costs. In 2016, Hanjin filed for bankruptcy, stranding dozens of ships and billions of dollars in cargo at sea, unable to dock because ports feared they wouldn't get paid. The rise of automation and decarbonization pressure is reshaping the entire industry. New emissions regulations are forcing owners to retrofit ships or order expensive new builds using alternative fuels. At the same time, disruptions like the Suez Canal blockage in 2021 or attacks in the Red Sea reveal just how fragile global shipping routes really are and how quickly a single choke point can throw freight rates into chaos. To survive, successful owners diversify their fleets across vessel types, spread contracts across both spot and long-term charters, and maintain enormous cash reserves to weather the inevitable downturns in the shipping cycle. Ultimately, owning a cargo ship can be extraordinarily profitable or financially catastrophic. The difference depends on timing, contract structure, fuel efficiency, and the ability to survive freight rate cycles that can swing by hundreds of % in a single year. A cargo ship may look like a floating fortune, a single massive asset generating steady income with every voyage. But beneath the surface, it functions as a fragile bet on global trade itself, vulnerable to fuel prices, choke points, and contracts signed months before anyone knew what the market would do. In the end, the ship itself is not the real business. The flow of global trade is.